So I got this new cookie brown butter by Toll House. Coffee mate creamer. Let's see how this tastes. I guess I kind of do taste the brown butter, but it's not like, maybe I was expecting like a saltiness, like a salted brown butter, but I always add a little sprinkle of sea salt. Today is Monday, the 21st, 22nd, and all I have today is I have a bunch of calls to make. Not really exciting stuff, you know, adulting 101, calls to make, mostly just like medical stuff. I've been kind of in a funk the past couple of days. I was doing really well, and I was feeling very grounded and very content, even though I was like stressed at points, and even though I was sad at a lot of points and still had, days where I cry. I was feeling pretty grounded, and then I got like a call from some, doctor stuff, and it just threw me off. And then I think I just kind of like lost my emotions in watching this show. It's a really good show. It's a Thai show. It's a series on YouTube called Cutie Pie, and you can watch it with captions. And it's about like these two guys, when they were young, they were like betrothed to each other, and it just follows like how that kind of like from when they were kids to when they were adults, and like how that changed, and like how like the duty and responsibilities and stuff like that to their family, and whether the love is really there or not. And it's silly and like funny and romantic and sad. It just has all the like emotions. And it's just such a really good series. I loved it so much. I binged watched it in like 2.5 days. There's like 12, wait, no, like there's like 48 episodes. They're all kind of short episodes. And it just kind of shows like their love story and like how things develop from such a like weird standpoint. It's really good. I love it. It's called Cutie Pie, and it's on the channel Mandy channel. I'll write it down below. But I loved it so much, and I watched it like in 2.5 days, and I just like totally forgot about my life. And I don't like to do that too often. I don't like to like really consume myself into fantasy things or books or movies, so much so that when I come back out of that, come back to reality, I feel like disconnected and like sad about my life. Like I feel like, wow, I wish that was my life, I was telling my sister and my friend about it, and I was like, why can't I be a hot, rich Thai man in love? And it just really makes me feel like sad about my life. Like it just makes me feel disconnected, because you get so enwrapped in like this fantasy, this ideal world, like even though it's not ideal, like there's conflict and everything like that, it's just easier to be invested in other people's problems than your own. And, you know, it doesn't help that, like, the characters are, like, gorgeous, and it's, you know, in a foreign language to me, so it makes it even more, you know, intriguing and interesting, and, yeah, anyway. It kind of put me in a funk, and I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't even expecting to watch the show. I, like, found it, and I was like, oh, let me watch this, and I just started watching and binging. It was just so good. Just surprised that the whole series was on YouTube and that it was free, and it was a spicy and beautifully done, and the cinematography and the story, it was a really cute thing, and it was just kind of hard to come back to reality and be like, now what? Let me know if you guys watch, like, you guys watched a show that, like, just totally, like, made you just want to stay in that little world. I don't know. You would think those kind of things like fantasy movies or something, but for me it was a love story in Thailand with, like, you know, these guys. They were really good actors. So this, you know, because I was just kind of disconnected, I just been trying to get back to be grounded and feel like present in my life and present in the moment, because it really, like, messed me up, made me feel sad. And I think, you know, I was already feeling sad because I had that call, and I was just kind of upset about stuff, and I just felt like I wasn't being heard, and, you know, like, I just was having a lot of pressure on myself. And, you know, it wasn't an ideal situation, and then I just kind of had this escapism. So I've been trying to ground myself back into things. I did some journaling yesterday. So yesterday I did a journaling that was from the channel Therapy in a Nutshell. I find it really helpful just to have these, like, little mini breakdowns of tools that can help you. I would say that that's the biggest thing if you're struggling with depression, anxiety, any kind of mental health issue, is developing tools to cope. Like, medicine can only do so much, and if you don't have tools, you're just like a deer in the headlights, and, like, nothing gets better. So for me, having tools really helps, and lately I've been, like, journaling, either just freehand journaling or going over, like, journal prompts, or kind of writing down a process so I can, like, remember it more. And yesterday I watched the video about, like, shoulding, like, SHOWLD, is, so shoulding, like, how you're like, I should do this, or I should do that, like, I should feel better, or I should do more to make myself feel better, or I should get more work done, or I should be doing something productive. Instead of, like, doing that, I kind of went through her process, and she'd had, like, five steps of, like, how to do that. I'll list her in the video down below, but, you know, it's like really basic stuff. But when you break it down, when you focus on this one problem that you're having, this one thing, like, these are about thoughts that, you know, thoughts that you're, like, putting pressure on yourself to do something, like, I should do this, and it's, like, not a helpful thing. So instead of, like, trying to be like, I need to solve my whole depression, like, I need to solve my anxiety, like, you know, but there's like a ton of like moving parts to that. And there's so many different types of thoughts that put you in a funk that, you know, are handled in a different way. So yesterday I followed it on those should thoughts because I thought that video was interesting. And then the day before that watched this video from her about cognitive diffusion, and it's basically, you know, choosing the thoughts you want to believe and noticing the thoughts without buying into them. Like, I have a hard time with that. I'm still kind of like grasping the idea. It's like I get it, but I want to really understand it, and it's kind of looking at your thoughts from the outside. I have a hard time disconnecting myself from like a thought, because I'm like, oh, it makes me feel an emotion, and that emotion is how I feel. So, you know, like I get really attached to it. So that video was also really good. I'll link it down below. But yeah, I highly recommend her channel, Therapy in a Nutshell, and it's just really useful things that break down. And you don't have to watch every video. Just watch the videos that pertain to something that you feel like you're dealing with or that you struggle with, you know? Because if you try to like get all the information, like I need to know everything, you get overwhelmed. So just like one day you might be struggling with anxiety, so look at the video about anxiety and like deal with that process. And then in the future, after like writing it down, it helps to write it down, right? It says it helps to write it down. You know, I don't know, science or something says that it helps to write it down. You know, remember it better, then you can either look back at your notes or kind of remember it better that, oh yeah, there was this process that helped me. So yeah, I try to do that. Anyway, moral of the story, journal. It's been helping. And you know, I still feel a little bit of that disconnected feeling, and I still feel, you know, kind of cloudy about stuff. But, you know, hopefully when I'm watching this footage back, I'll see myself and have compassion and have a sense of where I'm coming from, and realize that, you know, I am making efforts and that this is my life. And yeah, I don't really know how to put into words. But just to kind of see myself from a different perspective. And then when you're writing and journaling, you kind of see yourself from another perspective. When you're thinking, you are. When you're speaking, you are. Yeah. But now I have to go and make those calls and get my day started. So we're back gardening and plants some long beans in here. I was gonna use like this, but there's no drainage. So I tried to stab a hole in it with a scissors, but that didn't work. So I'm just gonna plant them in here and try to spread them out as much as possible so I can like replant them. But I got some free long bean seeds from like we have like a free store in Hawaii, like different ones around the island that you can get like free seeds and like free food and stuff, plants and things. And that's like half of my plants are from the free store. Pretty cool. Like check out in like your local area if you have something like that, like Facebook groups or yeah. But I'm gonna plant these. The hose was getting stuck, so it was like spraying all over me. But I have one more to plant, the kabocha. It's like a Japanese pumpkin. Everybody's watered, everybody's planted. I checked on the other seedlings, they're doing really well.
let me know if you guys want a plant tour. But yeah, I'm gonna go back inside and probably take a shower. My sister just texted me and said that they're bringing home breakfast.